Hi everyone, I'm Melanie Landau, and it's really good to have this opportunity to be here together today. If we want to just take a moment to get comfortable, I'll also actually put my feet on the ground and breathe. Feeling the feet on the ground, bringing attention to the heart space. Bringing attention to the breath. Also bring some awareness to the jaw area and loosening the jaw. Noticing at the moment that the more I loosen my jaw, the more I can feel my heart. Taking some voice classes, and as I keep loosening the jaw, I get to feel the heart more. Keep bringing attention to the breath and the heart area. Feeling the feet on the ground. So just wanted to get together today and use really each other being together as a resource to be able to feel into places of ourselves that might feel too scary to feel into alone. Well, just as I said that, I felt a little twitch in my heart. And by that I don't mean actually, I don't mean that we necessarily have to seek out the pain. I think at one time I sort of thought, oh yes, I need to sort of like seek the pain in order to find healing. Now I have more of the sense of to just follow joy, and through joy then pain will just kind of like bubble up. But what feels important is that as it bubbles up, just to kind of allow it and know that that's just part of everything. Because what I'm feeling, especially lately, also with different layers of grief opening up, is that it's if I don't let it out, or I don't first allow myself to feel it and then maybe let it out with a voice or some tears, then it's sort of like indigestion, like literally heartburn, indigestion. So maybe together we could practice on an out breath, just letting out a little bit of sound. And again. And also, if anyone's there and you want to say hello, feel free to like type a little message and then I can see you. Oh, hi Georgia. Your name just popped up. Good to see you. Yeah, so just please type a message, or if there's any comments that you want to make, or things that resonate, or things that you want to add, feel free to type it in and I can also read it out. So just using this opportunity to feel into ourselves, dropping into feeling our body, feeling our heart space. It's really sometimes, I called this wound a source of power. Hi, good to see you. I call this wound a source of power because there's a way in which we might, and understandably, for good reason, we've protected the places inside us that are the most painful. But then sometimes what happens is that actually the things that we're using to protect ourselves, they get more painful and uncomfortable than the pain itself. And then in a way, they just, like any kind of addiction, those things just fall away and we get to kind of be in touch with what we've been protecting. And just now it's like a gentle invitation into feeling our own heart. Also joining in with breath with each other, and with a longer out breath and with the sound on the out breath is also a really powerful way that we can exercise. Regulating our own nervous system, and then doing it with each other, sort of like co-regulating our nervous system. So maybe we could join into some breathing together, and on the out breath we could let out a sound, making the out breath longer than the in breath. I welcome for people joining us now. We're just having an opportunity to do some breathing and breathing together and making a longer out breath and making a sound on the out breath. It's a way of regulating our nervous system, and also when we do it together, co-regulating our nervous systems. And just also at the same time, bring attention to ourselves, and as we're sitting and feeling into ourselves and feeling into our heart space, let's also, thanks, George has just said, feels so good, so healing. Thanks for sharing. And as we just bring attention to our inside, we could imagine we're in a downwards elevator and just going down into our own experience, into feeling our own body, into this deep resource of our embodiment. It's like we're bridging in heaven and earth through this body, through this precious flesh. And we can keep on coming back to be nourished and to get resource from this breath, from this opening our body to breath, bridging heaven and earth. And using this opportunity to just feel into ourselves, feel into our heart. Maybe notice if there's some places that have been difficult either right now that you're feeling in your body, or things that you've kind of like felt and maybe it's been hard to be with. Using this opportunity now of being together to feel into that. Using the resource of togetherness to be with ourselves. And that's like the building block of being humans and being social beings, is this sense of attachment. It's like a lot of our hurts happened with another, but it's also the basis of our healing with another, and really regaining the capacity to be fully with ourselves and with another at the same time. So this is an opportunity also to practice that, where we just fully feel into ourselves. And we notice also right now that we're not alone. We're with each other, and we're feeling into ourselves at the same time. Yeah, I'm just bending down because the I did get a clock that's not the one that I'm using on my phone, but it keeps on turning off. So that's just why I'm bending down. So keeping on bringing attention to this heart space, to the body, see what in our body is calling our attention. Using this opportunity to just drop deep into our own being and notice that we're together as we're doing this. I also wanted to share about our kind of like wound being the source of power, and some of our fears also being the source of our power, is that sometimes our fears are kind of like protecting us from things that we want the most, and that as we open to receive those things, it can really like shatter us and open us. That's some of my experience. In particular, one example is that I was going to do a ritual in a cave, and the next day and the night before I was so petrified. I just had all this terror coming up. It was going to be narrow and cramped and dark, and I was just shaking and shaking. I just allowed the fear to come through my body. And then the next day when we went there, as I was like putting my body against the walls of the cave, I just realized how I was just yearning for that like enclosure. It was like that enclosure scared me so much and it brought up so much fear. But when I actually got there, to just let myself relax and be held in that enclosure was the most nourishing thing. And so it was a good example for me of the ways that sometimes different fears kind of come and almost like protect us from our heart breaking. And I don't mean to just bash them down at all in any way, but just about noticing that that's sometimes what happens for us, and honouring it, honouring the reasons why we might protect ourselves, and also honouring sometimes the desires that are underneath that. And also I want to just invite, if anything comes up for anyone that's from this meditation or something that you want to follow up with me about, feel free to be in touch. It's really so good to be together and have this opportunity to just drop into our depths, really. The heart, it's like things fit in even things that, things fit in the open heart. The open heart really fits everything, even more than the open mind. So really want to just offer gratitude for this heart that we have, this capacity we have to feel and to hold ourselves and keep mothering the inner mother that can hold us so well. And also something about this balance between, on the one hand, being able to feel fully, and at the other hand, to not be kind of totally overwhelmed by it and be able to hold ourselves in compassion, the compassionate witness. So it's like fully feeling and fully compassionate witnessing at the same time, whatever it is. Thank you so much for joining me, and it's just good to feel myself and to feel that someone's with me as I'm feeling myself. Just sending many, many blessings and wellness, and may what we cultivate in our own hearts, may that be both nourishing for us and all the people that we touch. Much love.